Our house smells like baked leeks, and I am salivating. Leeks, not mirrors. That's a Vonnegut reference. Anyway, greetings, groovy people. Blue Dragon here, bringing in the new year with the annual, I'm making it annual, New Year's resolution video. This week, I'm going to be doing a review of my goals for 2020, talking about what goals I had set out with and which ones I ended up achieving, while next week I'm going to be laying out the groundwork for my 2021 goals. If you're interested in seeing 2020's goals, I will have an iCard up in the upper right hand corner, if this is on YouTube, linking to a playlist of those videos. Mostly for my own reference, but you might be interested, maybe it'll inspire you. If it does, cool beans. This video is for adults and is unsponsored. My patrons and donators and readers, they're the ones who support me, as well as viewers like you, and let me tell you, that is much appreciated. I honestly do appreciate that. If you're seeing ads on this video, guess what? I'm not being paid for it. I can't be paid for it. Even if this channel was applicable for the partner program, I don't know that I'd really want to be a part of it. So if you don't want to watch ads, I would suggest checking out doing some research for free ad blockers. You don't have to pay for them. They're awesome. I use uBlock, but do your research first, folks. Anyway, forward and onward. Mostly off script. I'm gonna try to not ramble. I've recorded this 3 times now, and I am an awful piece of shit, and I ramble. But I'm gonna try to not ramble. I'm gonna be breaking this down into a couple different sections. I have my main goals, which are all related to my free, not safe for work webcomic, Dark Horse. Links are all down in the description. It will always be free online as long as it can be. If you're interested in buying it to support me, that's groovy. Go to my main website. I've got a shop. The second part are my community and networking goals. Third, additional art goals. Fourth, YouTube goals. And finally, the last category I have here, additional/lower priority goals. So I like to have goals that I know I am probably not going to achieve, so that I have something to put on the list for the following year. I also like to have a goal that I know I will achieve, such as doing a video reviewing my goals from the previous year, as I did last year. So in 2020, I started, much as I did in 2019, by finishing scripting Dark Horse on my list as number 1. I did not get that done. I didn't think I would get it done. I didn't even really get to work on the actual individual scripts, which involves writing out the dialogue and thumbnailing tiny, like ideas for panels. I did, however, actually brainstorm and write down the outline for how this part of the Crystal Lotus Chronicles series ends. So I achieved something. Didn't necessarily expect that to happen, but hey, I consider that a win. My second goal underneath the main goals for Dark Horse was complete Acts 4, 5, and 6 of the revamp. I got Act 4 done. It was longer than most acts. It was in the 40-page range, and I try to keep them around 25 pages, so although I didn't get all 3 of those revamped acts done, I still consider this a win because I got all of Act 4 done. It was pretty fucking long, and I'm well into Act 5. I'm getting quite a few pages done. I am continuing to try to get that done, and a lot of that is tied into starting up posting on Webtoons, which I do 5 pages a day, so it's made me have to get my ass in gear to get pages done. So I consider myself fairly well off on that. Didn't achieve the whole goal, but I think it was, did pretty well on that. Head on here to edit and prep Act 3 and 4 of the revamp for print. I got Act 3 done. I did not work on Act 4 because I was busy working on a myriad of other projects. Update the Crystal Lotus Chronicles shop and make it look nice. It's done, but I didn't do it. My lovely partner did it. He's amazing and I love him to death. It no longer looks like a dejected GeoCities website, which is the best that I could fucking do. Just because I can draw doesn't mean I can design. I can't even hardly draw, but I definitely sure as shit can't design. I suck at graphic design. I had it as a goal to complete some back-end website goals. I got those done. They're boring. Y'all don't want to hear about it. I also had it written down that I wanted to participate in 2 to 3 Comic Fury crossovers, and I did. I did the Halloween crossover, I did the holiday crossover. Earlier in the year, I did the Not Safe for Work, nutty crossover, as well as the Valentine's Day sex drive, which I'm going to do again this year in 2021. And I also did the Blind Date crossover on Comic Fury, so I consider that a win. I did those, yeah, I went above and beyond on that. Finished the cast page? Nope, but I do want to work on it. I want to try to get some of them done this year. Maybe not the whole thing, but some of them. Attend at least one convention? Obviously, no. That was out of my hands. Extenuating? What's that fucking word? Extenuating, fuck me. I shouldn't. Why do I have a word of Wednesday? I can't pronounce shit. I can't pronounce English. I can't pronounce anybody's language. Anyhow, yeah, no, didn't do that. Community and networking goals, the next category. I wanted to be more involved with my local comic and art community. At the beginning of the year, I was starting on this, actually. I like to be a part of the local community. We were in St. Louis still then. I'd met one of my, I guess, colleagues is what I should call them, associates, over on Comic Fury. We went out to lunch a couple times, and we were trying to schedule meeting up with some of the other people on the forum community. But unfortunately, due to COVID, that fell through, and also I moved to Oregon. But I was also starting to scope out and talk to people at some of the local comic shops. I wanted to check out some of the local conventions. But again, COVID, as much as it's an inconvenience for me, obviously there's much more gravitas to the repercussions of COVID at large throughout the nation. So yeah, it was inconvenient for me, but I will survive, and eventually I've already been trying to scope out some comic book places here in Oregon, and hopefully they'll be able to pull through the pandemic okay. I really hope that they're doing all right during this time, because I really like comic shops, and I like places that get the local community involved. So, gotta put that on hold for right now, but my goal number 2 for networking, be more involved in the forum community, I think I've done okay on that. I can give myself a pass. I need to do better. I'm kind of awkward online. I don't really engage with people. I just kind of list out my shit. I've engaged with a couple people. I don't know. I'd like to be better at that, but I'm a weirdo, so I'll work on that. I also had on my list here to try to be helpful and supportive to the indie comics community. I don't know how helpful I've been, but I've been, I try. I worked on the Comic Fury Zine with a couple other people in the community, trying to promote indie comics. I did a couple requested critiques. People wanted critiques, and I tried to help out a bit with that. And then on my Twitter and Facebook, I try to promote, not so much, a little bit on Facebook, but more so, I don't really like Facebook. I don't like Twitter either, but Twitter, it's a lot easier to just say, hey, go read this. And Facebook, I'm like, oh, it's Facebook. But yeah, I try to, and I'm going to continue doing that because I think it's very important, because corporations aren't going to do it. We got to do it for ourselves, so I'm going to continue trying to do that, and I feel like I should do a few more critiques, although I get a little salty about that subject, which I think I'll do a whole video on maybe next month, I don't know. Additional art goals, next category. I wanted to improve backgrounds. I think I have. I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back. I think I've forced myself to work on making the backgrounds more detailed. Now, do I still have a long way to go? Definitely. My perspective is shit. I know it is. I try to work on it, and I will continue to work on it. But I do think it's an improvement from the previous year. So, give myself a pat on the back. Make my own patterns and tones, and more so than tones, inking and being more detailed. I'm going to say yeah, I've made a couple patterns. In fact, I've got a link down in the description for free patterns. You can use them however you want. I don't give a shit. I will use them occasionally throughout my comic, probably, but I made them myself, and I just don't want them to go to waste. I don't need credit. I don't need money. I don't give a shit. Just don't say that you did it. Let it be mysterious. Let it be one of those mysterious, anonymous things. So yeah, I don't need credit. You can give credit if you want, but I don't need it. let's see here. I had down to improve on action scenes, on my motion and movement. I think I've improved. I need to do more studying. I have a video coming out in January about continued education, where I'm going to talk a bit about some free resources as well as some other resources that I've been using. But yeah, I've improved a little bit, but I have a lot of space to grow in that area. Let's be real. I think composition is one of my biggest failings, and I need to work on that. So being realistic, I did a little bit better, but I have a long way to go. Less babble, more story. Imagine me, less babble. But yeah, actually, when I do the revamp, I've been trying to cut out a lot of the senseless bickering back and forth and yada yada yada, and instead trying to move the story forward, which has enabled me to cut out quite a bit of stuff that was Word of Wednesday superfluous to the story. So I've cut out some David Bowie references that were really not necessary. God, you could tell my maturity level when I first started working on this comic. Whatever. It's always a good time for David Bowie. Yeah. I had on here to improve character design, make sure the characters look like themselves. This, I think I've done a pretty good job on, but again, there's room to grow, so I've been trying. It's in the forefront of my mind. I've been trying to make sure that the eyes and the nose and everything, that the characters look like themselves. And I've been trying to design more unique characters that will be in the story in the future. I think I've done okay on that. Room to grow. Room to grow is the theme of this video. Which is good because I got 2021 goals coming out next week. Alright. I had on here more dynamic paneling. I think that ties into the composition. I have the panels are more dynamic, but I still have room to grow on that also. Yes, I achieved it, but I'm going to keep it on the list, in other words. Rebuild your buffer, 1 or 2 months ahead. Not really, but I do have a lot of pages done. It's not 1 or 2 months ahead, but I've got a lot done, and I will continue to get a lot done. I have a lot of challenges that I'm going to take on in 2021, and I think that will help me build my buffer. Advertise your comic online. Yes and no. I started advertising and then Google AdSense threw a bitch fit and said I was buying things when it's like, you don't fucking know who top comics are? I'm sorry, I'm not buying views. What the fuck? I hate Google. Anyhow, I'm on to the next category, YouTube goals. I only had a couple goals here because I'm being realistic. I can't do everything. So, create interesting videos. That's subjective. They're interesting to me, and I hope they're interesting to you. Steer people to my free webcomics. Yeah, I kind of overdo that babbling. You all know I've got a free not safe for work webcomic Dark Horse down in the description. Yeah, I do that. Okay, achieve that. Always. Educate or inspire through my own trial and error. That's also subjective, but I do think that my printing series might have been helpful to a few people. At least I got a couple comments on it. And I honest to God hope that did help, because when I was younger and tried to get my shit art printed, I just floundered. I had no one to help me out, and I got taken advantage of, and it was just an awful experience. And I hope that if anyone happens to stumble across them, I hope that it helps them not make the same mistakes I did. Intro video and end card. Nope, didn't get the intro video done. End card, I don't think I need it anymore because I'm pissed at YouTube, and also I do the credit roll now, so I don't think I need to do an end card page. What do you guys think? Maybe? Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do with my life, everyone. I'm kidding. Additional and lower priority goals. Update DeviantArt. Kind of. I got Act 2. I finally finished putting Act 2 up there. I need to put Act 3 up. Did a little bit of updating here and there, but it's not a top priority. I'm happy with what I did. Try Manga Studio / Clip Art Studio. It's the same thing. I just have an older version of it. Nope. Didn't do it. I need to get to it. I will. 2021. I'm gonna do it. Subscribe Star intro video. Nope, didn't have time for it. I need to do it. I have a little more experience now, so hopefully, I was planning on maybe doing a little bit of animation for it, but I don't know. I'm not very good at animation. Can I enunciate? Animation. And then update Redbubble. Yeah, but I could do more. I need to really get some of my actual stickers that I printed off myself up there so that, there's a better option for those. Because I don't have them in my shop and I don't plan to put them in my comic shop, so I need to get it over on Redbubble. Update Comic Fury with the revamp pages. Hells yeah! I am proud of myself for that. I'm gonna give myself an A+. Got it done in 2 days. It was a major undertaking with a lot of reorganizing and a lot of work and having, attention to detail, but I got it done and I'm proud of myself. Yeah, there. I gave myself a compliment. Create online portfolio? Nope. Update your resume? Get a job? What? Fuck that noise. I'm just kidding. No, I didn't update my resume, but I need to. Alright, and that's my 2020 goals, year in review. I think, considering that I didn't expect to get half of the list done, and I got kinda over half of it kinda done. Obviously, some of these are things that are going to continue on throughout my entire life, especially like the backgrounds and composition patterns, all that shit. Obviously, that is not a 1-year thing. That is a foundation on which to build upon. But yeah, I think I did pretty well. I'm gonna try to be positive. 2020 was hard. A lot harder for a lot of other people. Let's be realistic. I'm fairly fortunate. I got personal woes, but I haven't got a lot of room to complain compared to other people who are legit suffering. So, gonna be realistic about this. I think that 2020, I got a lot done. Gonna focus on the good stuff. Got a lot accomplished. Looking forward to the future. Looking forward to being able to go to fucking concerts again. Oh my god, I want to see Go Go Bordello. I want to go fucking see the Decemberists because I'm near where their fucking base is, man. I'm gonna go up to Seattle and see some Death Cab. These people don't even probably live in the places they originated anymore. Anyway, so here's the 2021, and we're gonna start this out as Ringo Starrwood, my favorite Beatle. Peace and love. Moving on to Grateful Dead now. Fare you well, and keep on trucking. God, my fucking back itches and I've got this brace on. Son of a bitch.